Hello, and welcome to our yoga practice. Thank you for being here today. We still have probably 3 minutes, a nice bit of time before we get going. So a good time to make your way to the mat, grab a water. Maybe if you'd like to light some incense or a candle or get some essential oils going, really create a vibe in your space. That could be fun. So we're just making our way to the mat. You can use this time however you like. Maybe that's settling in and sitting in stillness. Maybe that's finding little movements. Maybe it's thinking through some gratitudes for the day. Lots of options. So we still have probably 2 minutes before we get going. We're still just finding our way to the mat, making it what we want it to be, creating our space. Today we're going to begin on our backs. If you wanted to head that way, we won't be there long, just doing a little warm up. And then we're really going to go into our sun salutations today. So that should be a lot of fun, kind of playing with variations, finding a little flow. So find your spot on the mat. Still probably have another minute. So you can keep exploring those little movements if you want to, or quieting the mind. However you're choosing to create your space here at the beginning of our practice. And when at the very end of the practice, at the end of Shavasana, I will probably be using our drum today, so just don't want to startle anyone with it. So a reminder, the end of Shavasana will come up to the sound of the drum. Hopefully that isn't too startling. So we're getting near that time. If you haven't already, go ahead and make your way down, settling the head and the shoulders on the mat. Let the back body come to rest. Feel yourself sinking down, settling in. Hands can rest on the belly to connect with the breath. They could sit on the heart. Maybe even rest at your side, palms up, that nice gesture of receiving. And same for the legs, you could have them outstretched here and relaxed. You could have the feet on the mat, knees bent, maybe even resting against one another, or any combo thereof. Settle in. Quiet the mind. Welcome yourself onto the mat. You may find it helpful to close the eyes here. Noticing how the mat feels beneath you, how the air feels around you, the sounds of your environment. And start to pull the attention inward to connect to how you're feeling today, physically, mentally, energetically. No judgment, just hold a place for yourself. True, honest check-in. Start to bring the awareness to the breath as you deepen the inhales and the exhales. exhales to help you release the day, letting go of tension or worry. Each breath helping you grow your awareness of the body, that connection with the breath. Inhales match the exhales. A steady rhythm. And as we take a few more breaths here, centering in, if you'd like to, you can take this time to set an intention for class. Just something that's sitting on your heart today. This could be a word or a phrase, something that you can tap back into during the practice, and then something you can take with you out into the world, be it generosity, patience, compassion, whatever is speaking to you. Maybe it's honesty or setting boundaries. Really, the opportunities here are endless. If the eyes are closed, start to flutter them open. Let the hands go down at your side. If the legs are extended, bring the feet onto the mat. We'll set them about hip-width distance, letting each sit independent of the other, knees not resting on one another. And then we'll draw the right knee into the chest. A little modified half wind relieving pose. You can keep the head and the shoulders resting here. Or if you like, you could gently draw the nose toward the knee, a little rounding, a little activation of the core, totally optional. If you're rounding, lower the head back down. We'll give the knee a little squeeze as we release it up to about 90, and then gently lower and lift the foot. Invite some movement to the knee, aware of how the joint feels, the leg, that stretch through the back of it with each extension, the strength of the quad muscle. And then on your next journey up, we'll leave the foot reaching up. Sole of the foot shines toward the sky. Press through the heel. You can keep a little bend at the knee. Low back is connected to the mat. And then point the toes. Draw that stretch down the front of the leg. We'll point and flex the foot. You could wiggle the toes a bit here if you like. Aware of how the ankle feels. Maybe even mixing in a little circle. Embrace the creaks or cracks. And then with control, we'll lower the right foot back down. Plant it on the mat. Take a breath. Draw the left knee in. Feel that little stretch through the hip. And again, if you'd like, you could gently round up. Just a real little movement here. Not struggling through the arms too much. If you're rounded, go ahead and lower down. Head comes to rest on the mat as we squeeze the left knee. Take it to that 90. Lower and lift. Notice if this side is feeling different than the other. Maybe you can't find quite the extension, or maybe it's feeling extra loose. Focus in. Move with purpose. Check in with the knee. And on your next extension, leave the leg long, heel pressing up, low back connected down. As you check in with the back of the leg, if you notice anything really pinpointed, like a sharp pain, gently back out. In all of our poses, we'll take that advice, inviting in a little space, but try not to do any harm. And point the toes, open up the foot, feel that stretch through the top of it. And point and flex. Notice the ankle. Hold wherever you need. Again, you could take little circles if you want, some free form. Find stillness and lower the left foot down. Plant it on the mat. Draw both knees into the chest. We'll hold on to right knee with right hand, left knee, left hand, and start to draw little circles. Take the knees out and away from one another, and then gently back together. You can feel a little massage on the low back. Breath remains steady. Head and shoulders rest on the mat. And reverse direction. We'll slow it down. Come to stillness at center. Take peace fingers behind the knees. Start to rock along the length of the spine and use that momentum to bring you up, and then gently make your way all the way to standing. We'll meet toward the front half of the mat. You can set the feet about hip width distance, and a good double check is 2 fists between the feet, roughly your hips. You can also go a little wider here to start, really building your foundation, setting all 4 corners of the feet down into the mat, and then gently draw the awareness up, a little softness at the knees, tailbone tucks down, arms hang at our side, palms forward. Maybe a little tuck of the chin as we let the crown of the head reach tall. On an inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale as we reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up, lengthening side body. Exhale, hands to center. Next big inhale, we'll meet with the arms reaching overhead. Maybe you interlace the fingers here, and we'll gently tick-tock left and right. Move at your own pace. Notice the ribs. And start to press out through the hips a little bit. The weight gently shifting from side to side. Slow it down. Find stillness at center. If the hands are interlaced, we'll separate them. Palms facing one another. Let the shoulders draw down away from the ears. A little softness in the knees and the hips. We'll open to the right. Arms come out to shoulder height. They don't have to be perfectly straight. Open heart. Inhale up. Exhale as you take it to the left. So little twists through the body. Arms are open. A little stretch through the chest. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. We'll follow our breath. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Last time each side, we'll come back to center. Open to the right. Center. And left. Back to center. Pause. Flip the palms forward, and then like you're painting a wall in front of you, long spine as we head toward our forward fold. Hands eventually reaching toward the earth. Head hangs heavy. Shoulders relax. Feel gravity gently lengthening the spine. Soften the knees and gently roll back up. Return to your Tadasana. Inhale the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath. Walk the hands to the right. They can stay on the mat. You could hold on to the leg or the foot. A little softness at the knees and hips. And we'll unwind, journeying through center and then off to the left side. Allow the torso to relax, to hang here. Come back to center and roll it up. Draw the hands around behind you, interlace the fingers, knuckles draw down as the shoulder blades draw together, an open heart. You can stay right here, or if you like, you can start to gently arch the back and draw the gaze up, maybe looking at where the ceiling and the wall meet. If your back is feeling really loose already and your front midline feels open, you could keep going. Maybe the gaze goes up to the ceiling, but again, still warming up. Listen to your body. Wherever you're at, on the next exhale, return to center. Release the hands, maybe give them a little shake out. Reset. Inhale up. Exhale down to forward fold. Start to engage the core as you come to half lift. hands to shins or thighs. The gaze is at the mat. A nice 7 shape with the body. On an exhale, release. Plant the hands, slide just the right toes back, taking a runner's lunge. Stacking left knee over ankle or a little bit behind. You should feel a nice stretch through the right calf as you press out through the heel, hips sitting low. Little rock, and we'll step the right foot forward. Take a breath in your forward fold. Plant the hands, slide the left toes back, balancing it out. Invite in that stretch. The hands stay on the mat, a nice support for us. Feel rooted in your foundation. Keep the breath steady. Give yourself a little rock and step the left foot forward. One breath at forward fold. Engage the core as you come to half lift. Exhale, release, and gently roll it up. Back to Tadasana. Inhale the arms. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, slide one foot back, and then the other coming into your high plank. We'll take a moment here. You can drop to the knees if you like. Heart is lifted, core is engaged. Keep pressing away from the mat. We'll start to lower down. Elbows brush the ribs as we move through Chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up, baby cobra. Chin and collarbone lift. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Press into the hips. And on an exhale, lower down. We'll take a breath. On an inhale, we'll lift chin, collarbone, maybe a rib or two. Deepening that stretch through the front body. Exhale as you release down. We'll curl the toes. Press up to tabletop. Our transition. Grip the mat with the fingers. Draw the knees up as the hips lift up and back. Down dog. So that tabletop transition is always available to you. I may not always call it, but you're always welcome to use it. Here in our down dog, we're taking a few breaths, maybe exploring the shape. Working toward that flat back. We'll find stillness. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale as you walk the feet forward, coming into forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. We'll take a big inhale as we scoop the air around us, reach tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll pause here, thumbs touching heart space. Feel the energy of the body as we start to find our flow. Moving through our Sane to our breath this time. We'll let the hands begin at our side. Inhale them up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step it back. Find your plank. Lower down. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, press the hips up and back. Down dog. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale as you bring the feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Big inhale draws us up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. Release the hands. Inhale the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Step it back. Lower down. Use the triceps. Inhale up. Exhale down. Press back to down dog. And hold for a few rounds of breath. You can invite in movement still here. Really listening to what your body needs, and that could just be stillness. Connecting with the strength of the arms, the feeling of the mat under the hands and the feet. On an inhale, look forward. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Big inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath. We'll invite in a little variation this time. Maybe changing up our foundation from Tadasana. So if you were kind of a wide stance, maybe bring them into hip width or even toes together, heels together. Likewise, if you started toes together, heels together, maybe move to hip width. Set into your Tadasana. Find that foundation. Inhale the arms. Exhale to forward fold. We'll mix up the arms a little bit here. As we come to half lift, take the hands out, arms to airplane. So not connected to us, really using our back body here. Navel is drawing in. Gently release. Plant the hands. Step it back. Lower down. Uncurl the toes as you inhale up. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, spine down dog. Keep a connection to the mat through the hands as you shift the weight to the left toes and draw the right foot up. Three-legged dog. You can hold here. You could bend a little at that knee, maybe even drop the foot over as you open the hips. A little deeper stretch. Gently returning back and lowering the right leg with control. Find that foundation. Root into the right foot as you draw the left foot up. And again, you can stay right here, pressing the heart back. Or you can bend at that knee, open the hips a little bit. Rotate to center. Lower the right toes or left toes down. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale to your forward fold. As you inhale to half lift, find those airplane arms. Exhale to fold. Big inhale draws you up. Exhale the hands down. Find your foundation. Set into your Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Find airplane arms as you inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step it back. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale to down dog. Taking a breath. Always coming back to the breath. Notice when it gets away from you. Then gently return. That steady rhythm. Nourishing inhales and exhales. Look toward the hands. Exhale forward. Inhale, half lift of your choosing. Exhale, release. Big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands, maybe give the shoulders a little wiggle. We'll scoot back on the mat. We'll do a pyramid and then we're going to work in a balance today. So I'll take the left foot forward, right foot back, about 2 to 3 foot between the feet, and feet are on skis here, toes mostly forward. Legs are straight as we square the hips to the front edge of the mat. Hands can go to hips, heart center, or you could place them behind you, maybe interlacing the fingers, maybe just placing them on the low back. So lots of options. Keep the spine long as you hinge forward, only going as far as your body wants. Mindful of how the back of the left leg feels. Check in with the hips as you fold. Do they shift out of position? If they do, just gently dial them back in. We'll take a generous bend at the left knee as we press up. Back to standing. So we'll start to head toward that balance. If the hands are interlaced behind you, release them. You can take them to heart center still if you want. I prefer to have them down at my side, kind of preparing for those airplane arms. So we'll find that little bend at the left knee and start to shift the weight onto the left foot. You can drop onto the ball of the right. And maybe you just play here with shifting that weight, maybe lifting the right toes. When you're ready, keep a long line through the body as you start to lift the right foot a little more. Flex the right foot, press out through the heel. As you tip over, find that standing T. Back body is strong. Whole body is engaged here, rooted down. The gaze is at the earth. Find a little bend at that knee as you lower the right foot down and step out of the shape. Shaking it out, our nice balance. We'll swap sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Square the body up. Find that place for your arms. Maybe trying something different this time. As you lean forward. Making any little adjustments you need to. Spine is long. Check in with the right leg. We'll take a generous bend at the right leg and press up. Again, release the arms. Find that place that works for you. Maybe airplane arms, maybe hands at heart center. Start to bend the right knee and shift the weight. Build that foundation. All four corners of the right foot connect down. And you can stay right here playing around, feeling that weight shift, the strength of the body. If you'd like to challenge your balance, start to fly the left leg. Left leg lifts, trying to find that T. And you may stay at 45. Maybe you come into that T. Notice if you really open the hips here though. We want to keep them kind of squared up to the mat. It's never going to be perfect, and that's all right. Keep your focus on your foundation. The gaze is at the earth. You can come in and out of the shape as you need. And keep a little bend in that supporting leg. On an exhale, lower the right foot down, step out of it, give the body a little wiggle. We'll meet back toward the front of the mat for a really slow sun A. We might include some variations. Take your Tadasana. Inhale the arms. We'll pause at the top. Stretching through side body, tall and strong. Exhale as you swan dive down. Come into your forward fold. Maybe shake the head, a little yes and no here. To really surrender into the shape. On an inhale, come up to half lift. Your choice of where you put the hands, shins, thighs, airplane, heart. Firm in our foundation, strong through the body. On an exhale, release. Plant the hands, slide just the right toes back. Find your foundation as you step back the left toes. High plank, for breath. Again, you can lower to the knees. Gently bring yourself down to the mat. Uncurl the toes, inhale up to your cobra. We'll take a breath here. Maybe relax the glutes a little. Create a little extra space between shoulders and ears. Exhale as you release down. Curl the toes, press up and back. Down dog. Invite in a little more variation as we find that three-legged dog with the right foot flying. Bring the right foot forward. Plant it toward the front of the mat. We'll drop the back foot to 45. Generous bend at the right knee. As we lift up, arms continue all the way up, warrior one. Palms face one another. Fingers shine toward the sky. Keep a little softness at the elbows. Start to gently open up, rotate to the left, finding your warrior two. Arms come down to shoulder height, palms facing the earth. Back foot turns to about 90. We keep that generous bend at the right knee. We'll have a little fun here as we windmill the left arm forward, rotate onto the ball of the left foot. So both arms are in front of us now, palms facing the earth. We're in kind of a high lunge. Bring the hands to the mat. Plant the left hand down, draw the right fingers up, invite in that twist. Keep the hips sitting low. On an exhale, bring the right hand down. Step the right toes back, high plank, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale to down dog. Root into the right foot as you draw the left toes up. Bring the left foot forward, trying not to scrape it on the mat. Drop the back foot to 45 as you lift to warrior one, our victorious posture. Heart open, feeling the energy of the body, the heat that you're cultivating. Maybe tap back into that intention that you set for class. Find your way to warrior two. Open to the right. You may have to extend the stance a little bit as you turn the back foot to 90. One hand behind you, one in front. Draw the fingers together as you gaze forward. Windmill that right arm forward. Rotate onto the ball of the right foot. Use your core as you drop the hands to the mat. Plant the right palm down, draw the left fingers up. The gaze can follow the extended hand. You can stay at the sidewall or even down at the mat. Rotate through the ribs here. On an exhale, bring the left hand down, plant it on the mat, step the left toes back, lower down. Inhale up, exhale down dog. From here, we'll lower the knees and curl the toes. Sit back, hips to heels, child's pose. Forehead may come to rest on the mat. Maybe you make a little pillow with the hands or the fists as you soften the shoulders. Find a little bend at the elbows. Return to the mat. We'll start to lift up. Walk the hands toward the knees. Shift onto a favorite hip. Swing the legs around and journey all the way down onto your back. Head and shoulders rest. The feet stay connected to the mat. Set about hip width distance. We'll take the arms long at our side, palms into the mat, thumbs touching hips. And when you're ready, peel the hips up as you come onto the shoulder shelf, our bridge pose. Knees are in line with the hips. If you feel too much weight or pinching on the neck, you can gently lower down. On an exhale, one vertebrae at a time, bring the spine back to the mat. Back rests on the mat as we take the feet wide to the edges and invite in a little windshield wiper. Slow it down as you heel toe the feet back towards center. Slide the left foot away as we draw the right knee in, our half wind relieving pose. That full inhale presses the belly into the thigh. The soothing exhale helps you create space. Give the knee a little squeeze, send it up to 90, and with the left hand, guide it across the body, rotating right hip on top of left. Supine twists. Try to open the heart to the sky. Right shoulder reaching toward the mat. It may or may not touch. Relax the legs. On an inhale, we'll rotate back to center. Slide the right leg away as you draw the left knee in. Our full half wind relieving pose on the opposite side. That's a funny phrase, our full half. Resting here as we stretch out the hips. Find that balance between effort and ease in the arms. Give the knee a squeeze and release up. Right hand guides it over. Rotate the hips. And if having the right or left leg kind of floating there isn't serving you, you can tuck the right leg up underneath it. Find that twist and settle in. Each exhale helping you find a little more ease, a little more release. Left arm can be stretched out to a T, or you could take it in a little cactus arm. On an inhale, we'll rotate back to center. Square the body to the sky as you slide the right heel in. Heel toe the feet together and let the knees fall away from one another. Coming into a supine bound angle. The soles of the feet can touch, but they don't have to. Let the weight of the legs grow heavier. Gravity helping you deepen this stretch. If it's too much for your hips though, you can take hands to outer thighs and make little supports for the legs. This can be a really restorative pose as well. If you want to hold it for longer outside of practice, maybe even putting pillows under the legs to help support them. That can provide a safe, comfortable spot for the body to melt into. We'll take 2 more breaths here. We'll take hands to outer thighs as we help the legs up. Let knees rest on one another as you heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. Nice little counter posture. Draw the feet back to center and slide them away from the body, lengthening the legs as we come into our Shavasana. A little space between the feet. Bringing the arms down alongside body, not touching us. Kind of out in that airplane arm again. Palms up. Creating a comfy place for you to sit for a few moments, to settle in, the practice washing over you. Tune into the breath. Each exhale, begin to soften through the body. Start at your feet. Relax the toes. Let the ankles be loose. Leg muscles relax. Feeling heavier. Heavier. Release the low back as you settle the hips. Let the hands be soft The arms relax. The shoulders can melt down as the back body sinks onto the mat, fully supported. Relax the chest. Let the breath return to your natural rhythm. Notice the rise and fall of the belly. Let go of any tension that you're holding in the neck. Create a little space between the teeth as you unclench the jaw. Unfurrow the brow as you soften the face. Close the eyes. Letting go of the exterior world as you connect in. As you sit with yourself for a few moments in this peaceful place that you've created. The mind starts to wander off. Gently draw it back. Invite it to be present with you, to be in the moment. Nothing on the to-do list other than to simply be. We'll take a few moments here in silence with ourselves. I'll hold the space for you and let you know when it's time to come up with the sound of the drum. Begin to reawaken. Connecting to the vibrations of the body as you gently send energy out. Wiggling the fingers and the toe. Each limb reawakening. Grow these movements a little larger. Maybe flexing the feet or spinning the wrists. Continue to let these movements grow. And when you're ready, if you like, you can draw both knees into the chest, a full body hug. Leave the back body long on the mat. And maybe rest here in stillness. Or if you like, you can rotate over, coming to rest on your side, the low arm a pillow, the hips stacked. Wherever you are, take a moment to thank the body for all that it has done for you today and all that it does to you every day. Offer the body support as you begin to lift up. We'll find a comfy seated spot on the mat. As we let the eyes flutter open, the light coming back in as we take in our surroundings. Connect to heart center. As we bring hands together, sealing in our practice. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today, building the energy and just, the release of that Shavasana at the end. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you back on the mat next Monday evening. Bye, everyone.